You can really hear and see the wheel moving around. That's not behaving like a wheel bearing should be. From Dingle D's private files. Hit the axle nut with a bit of penetrating oil. Let that soak in, and then we got a 36mm socket that I'll break that loose with. I'm gonna bust this nut loose. Using an 18mm socket on the two brake caliper bolts. Remove those. Alright, set the brake caliper aside. Some penetrating oil on the back side of those studs, holding the wheel hub assembly on. There should be 3 of them. The shaft moved in and out, which means these splines are not clogged up, so I'll be able to remove them when I take the hub assembly off. Break it loose on the nut side with an 18mm socket. And I'll smack that with the hammer, pop that pinch bolt out. Separated the knuckle from the upper ball joint. Now I'll take a hammer and drive that axle spline of the CV axle inwards so I can separate it from the knuckle. Broke the bolts holding the wheel bearing assembly on loose. Loosened them a little bit. Now I'll take a hammer and hit each of those to slowly drive wheel bearing assembly out. And disconnect this electronic connector, and then this will be free. I'm going to clear out this rustiness a little bit. Alright, tried to clean up all the surfaces the best I could. Wipe down the splines and the threads. Install that back on the knuckle here. Alright, I've got those 3 bolts torqued back down to the factory recommended torque spec. Okay, I'll reinsert the ball joint into this upper part of the knuckle and reinstall the pinch bolt. Maybe clean that up a bit. Alright, now you can do this by jacking under the lower A-arm and pushing the knuckle up into the ball joint. What I'm doing is clamping it because where I'm at right now I've only got access to 1 jack and nothing to really wedge below the lower A-arm, so I'm doing it this way and it seems to be going decent. Install the nut, and with the pinch bolt torque to spec, go ahead and connect the sensor wiring onto these clips. Now I'll go ahead and reinstall the rotor onto the wheel hub here. And this rotor looks good, no deep grooves or anything. Thank you for tuning in to H3 Humper, and I'll see you next time. Shout out to my support on Patreon. Your contributions are greatly appreciated and helps me provide all this juicy H3 content. See you next time.